Hey guys, this is Jake Bush, and you're watching Untamed Thoughts.
Hey, this is Jack Nelson, and you're listening to Untamed Thoughts.
Hi, my name's Chuck Weimer, and you're listening to Untamed Thoughts.
Hey y'all, this is Sarah Hobbs, and you're listening to Untamed Thoughts.
Hey there, this is Bree Bagwell, and welcome to Untamed Thoughts.
And we're back.
Hi.
Yep. High five.
We're getting good at this.
I know. Hello.
Hello, everyone.
Oh, welcome to Untamed Thoughts. I'm Brandy.
And I'm Katrina, and we are so glad to see you all tonight.
Absolutely.
It's been a day.
Yeah.
It's been a day.
It has for both of us. And I'm going to tell you that I'm over here in our little dashboard and I'm getting things ready to go. And I switch over from where our little video is to see comments. And I almost hit the end broadcast button.
Oh no.
I was like panicked for a half a second. Like, oh my God, did I just end it?
Well, start and finish so soon.
I did not. Thank goodness. Oh my goodness.
We have been up since the crack of dawn and on the road and to the airport, Austin to Houston. Weird. Why wouldn't they just fly us direct? Austin to Houston and then to Nashville. We are in the big old city of Nashville, and I haven't even got a chance to look around. We came straight to the hotel. I'm like, I got to get myself set up. I have only a few more minutes. Let's go. And then this checkout line was taking forever downstairs to check in. I'm like, I'm just going to have to sit down here in the restaurant and do this thing.
Right. I mean, whatever you got to do, you got to do.
Yeah.
Well, my day also started at the crack of dawn. And then I'm getting dressed because I knew I needed to get myself dressed and ready early because I knew I was going to go to College Station and come back today. And that was going to take up about 4 hours of my time, if not more. So I needed to be ready, right? So I'm sitting at my desk getting ready, and I'm trying to straighten my hair, and I'm trying to hold a comb and straighten at the same time. And instead of grabbing my hair, I grabbed my thumb.
Ow.
And burnt the crap, like literally.
Ow. I did that to my ear like a few weeks ago, and it just blistered the whole top of my ear.
I immediately put 1 Drop Wonder and 40 Cure cream. So we're going to see what happens. I've had a Band-Aid on it all day. It's been driving me nuts.
Well, and the weirdest thing, I forgot about it for a while. Like after it stopped burning and like a few days later, it wasn't hurting anymore. And I forgot about it. And I have this earring up here, and I just went to I don't know. I always mess with it and make sure the back's still on because they fall off a lot, and turn it the right way. And all of a sudden, like I felt this felt like water coming down and I didn't even think anything of it. And I was like, oh, that was a blister. And I totally forgot all about it because it wasn't hurting anymore. And apparently there was a blister there, and I popped it, and it like ran all down my ear. I was like,
that's awesome.
And then
that was a hair wash day for sure, whether you needed it or not.
Several days later, then it was like all crusty and flaked off the next time I touched it because I forgot about it again. And I was like, well, now it's gone.
At least it's gone.
That's skin off there. Now it's gone.
So that was incident one. Then we get to my friend's house we went to pick up cookies because John's birthday this weekend. I'm getting back in the truck, and he's got these stupid running boards that we both hate. They're like they're round tubular ones.
Mm.
Well, it was raining, so they're wet.
And you slip.
I slip. Thank God I didn't hit the floor. I knew I was being careful on purpose because I knew they were going to be slippery, but I still slipped.
What sucks is when you slip, and some of those have enough space that you slip in
between
like the truck and the running board instead of slip off of it.
That would be my luck.
I've done that before and like just scraped all down my leg.
No, I thank God I had like it has a flat spot on one side that has some little grippy stuff. So I had 1 foot on that and 1 foot on the tube, but they don't put the grippy stuff in the place where you actually need to put your
Where you
feet.
need it, yeah. The good placement.
Like, they need women to design things like that.
Right? Speaking of the rain, our first flight to Houston from Austin was very, very turbulent. And Jason doesn't do well flying.
Oh,
He's not a turbulent type of person at all. Like any little jar, and he's like holding on to the seat. So this one was pretty bad. And I'm just sitting there playing my game, and this thing's going. And like, it felt like I was in a go-kart track.
wow,
like,
that's bad.
Bouncing all around. And for a second, when it bounced over, it almost felt like it hit something, like bumped off of something, like because the way they do like that. And he's over there holding the seat, and he's, oh my God. I'm like, it'll be okay. You'll be all right. And he's like, what is going on? And I'm like, what do you mean? What is going on? And did you just ask that? Like, you see all these clouds that we're going through? Like, you couldn't even see out the windows. It was like all these big dark clouds.
We're in a storm. That's what happens in a storm.
It's called turbulence. What do you mean? What is going on? Do you see all these clouds? Like,
did you check the weather today?
It was raining all the way to the airport, and yeah, so it was pretty bumpy, but
that sucks.
He was like, I think before we got on the second plane, he was like, I think if they have alcohol on this one, I'm going to have one. And I'm like, and he's like,
are you a little nervous?
Calm my nerves down. I'm like, oh my goodness, what is
his Xanax before he flies.
And then the landing on that first one was, I told him before we landed, because you could feel it coming down, like it was just going side to side. You could tell it was real windy. I said, it's going to be pretty bumpy landing. I said, just brace yourself. Like I was kind of trying to warn him before. He's so nervous about it. And it bounced off the ground and felt like it was going to go sideways. And it was pretty rough, but the second one was a lot better. We only had one little bump in the middle, and then the landing was really smooth. So that made up for it.
That's nice.
And he didn't have to get a drink. He was fine.
That's good. Well, yeah, Rain. I was telling you earlier, but I'll tell all the people, had to come home and redo my hair because while we were in College Station, John has a really good friend of his that owns a restaurant there called Baked or Fried. And so we decided we never go to town, to College Station or Brian, whatever you want to call it. So we decided we were going to stop in and eat. Well, right now he just has a walk up where you order, and then there's a little cover, and there's some picnic tables there, and that's the seating. Well, we didn't want to eat in the truck, so we decided we were just going to sit outside. The weather was cool. It wasn't hot, so we thought we'll just sit outside, right? It wasn't raining until we got our food.
Yeah.
And then it poured. And I mean, it poured. My purse was soaked. My back was soaked. Just the back of my hair, because I had most of my hair in front of me. Just the back was curly, like right here. It was the most ridiculous thing you've ever seen. It was terrible. I was like trying to eat like this so that the water didn't get into my food. It's crazy.
I would have made a beeline for the truck and just
we probably should have. But he was standing there talking to us, so we didn't want to be rude.
You're like, dude, do you see it's raining on us?
It was really good food. If you're in Bryan, go to Baked or Fried. Get you
Where's that?
It is on that road, 30.
I'll have to look it up because we go there often, and we're going back on Sunday or Saturday.
It's on the east side of 30. I think it's Boondale Road. I don't know the cross street, but you can look it up. It's Baked or Fried, and it's baked potatoes any way you want it.
Oh, maybe.
You can get a baked potato. You can get fried potatoes. You can get mashed potatoes. They have burgers and chicken strips too, but you've got to get the potato. It was amazing. I had the mashed potatoes with grilled chicken, zucchini, and mushrooms, and it was.
I'll send the peeps that way. We got all kinds of.
Do it.
I had a potato in I don't know how long, so it probably won't make me feel very well.
Just do it minus the potatoes.
But we'll share something and try it out.
Yeah, for sure. Do it minus the potato. He won't mind. Tell him I said so.
Brandy said I could.
Uh-huh. I'll take that. Anywho's, well, this is our last show before Christmas and maybe even our last show of the year. Can you believe it?
My gosh.
Like,
where has the year gone?
I know.
The month too. Like, what in the world?
This month flew by. I don't even have the patience to understand where that went.
Yeah.
How does that happen so fast?
I know. I was thinking that I'm like, oh, I got plenty of time to pack. And well, I didn't because we were gone so much. And so then we had certain days that we were supposed to be at home that I could pack. And then we ended up being gone for half of that.
Right.
Last minute. And then we went to Seabrook on Sunday for Corey's benefit. And we just drove down there, did the benefit, and drove back home because we had so much to do, which is a lot in one day, but
yeah, it is.
We had so much to do the day before and then the day after. Like we left yesterday after doing Christmas with Jason's boy, and what else did we do? Oh, I was trying to finish getting packed and all the things done all day yesterday. And yeah, I don't know if any of you have been following my suitcase battle on my page. I've been getting a lot of comments that it's very comical watching me try to not pull all my hair out.
I would concur.
Hard to pack for, like, we'll be in 3 different states, 3 different climates. Like here in Nashville, it's not that cold, but it's colder than Texas. I mean, they just had snow the other day, but it's not right now. It was like 60 degrees.
That's not terrible.
So, but the rest of the week's supposed to be like in the 40s.
Oof.
So, but then we come back home, go to College Station, play a show, go to Fort Worth, play a show, and then back to Austin Airport. We don't even get to go home. So I had to pack everything, and then we leave for Colorado for several days, and then to California for several days, and then back home and play New Year's. So we'll be home New Year's Eve so he can play New Year's Eve. And trying to pack, because then you got to have the flip-flops and all that for California, because it's not cold there. Well, in some parts it is, but where we're going, it's not cold. And then I had to have all my snow clothes. You got to be like a snow bunny and going to Colorado. It's snowing its butt off up there right now. So that takes up a lot of space. And these packing cubes, come on, people. It won't work.
They work when you're not packing for 3 trips in one suitcase. Okay. Because I did it in July and loved it.
And I've always tried rolling my clothes. My dad's in the military. He's been Navy, like he was in the Navy for 30 years. And that's how they do their things, you know, when they're packing their bags for sea and all that stuff. Like my dad always taught me to roll my clothes. No. I can never get it to work. Like it's still, they're rolled up, but they're big old balls of things that still take up a lot of space. Wouldn't it make sense to lay it flat?
I mean, I don't know. I do both, so I can't I don't know.
I mean, I did get a lot of shirts in one cube. Like I put all my short sleeve shirts in one cube. I put all my leggings in one.
That's what I do.
Things like that. And then, but my jeans don't roll well.
No, jeans don't roll well.
And I rolled them all just to see, because I wanted to see the difference. And I rolled them all, put them all in one big cube, and then had it in there and trying to fit. And then I had, of course, sweaters are bulky. So I had them all, like, I didn't fold them up. I kind of folded them in half, like laid them long ways. Didn't fold them in half again so they wouldn't be so tall.
Right.
I just laid them flat on the one side of the suitcase, and I got more stacked up that way because I had like 5 sweaters probably.
That makes sense when you've got bulky stuff to lie it flat.
Yeah, and then the jeans I had in the thing, and I couldn't fit all the things in there. And then you have all the shoes. I got my snow boots, because you're here in Nashville, you got to be all blingy because, you know, it's Jason now. We got to be all fancy. And we got all fancy things to go to. Like we have a wedding and just things that we got going on that you have to look nice. So I'm like, well, I got on my blingies for here, and you got your boots and all that fancy stuff. And then you got your snow boots, and I can wear whatever I want in Colorado and look like a hillbilly. And
it doesn't matter because it's
right in with the rest of the town.
Right.
But, and then you got California. So it was too hard. And I was trying to fit it all, so I didn't have to take too much stuff. And then Jason had all of his presents delivered to the house instead of to my brother's house in Colorado. So now we got to pack all
those.
And I had all mine shipped to Colorado. So
that was hard.
And last minute, like he had like a suitcase for here and a suitcase for Colorado that he had presents shoved in, and then there was so much. I consolidated all of his clothes to one. So he brought one big suitcase. I put presents, wouldn't fit in a carry-on. So now we got to take another checked bag. And
I would have ended up with like 6 bags, 1 bag for this town, 1 bag for this town, 1 bag for this town. And
I kind of do. Like, I have my big suitcase. I have all my clothes in it, but I have, like, I'll just have to switch carry-ons when I get home.
Yeah.
I made sure I packed everything like I was going to Colorado.
There you go.
And then I have the one carry-on will have like because I have stocking stuff and like Christmas stuff, few things that I'd already gotten throughout the year. So I had that to put in. So that all fit in one carry-on. Well, then I have my bag too that I carry on. But then all the other presents, like, I don't know. So I just have to empty this carry-on and put it into this stuff. I saved room in these bags for that, and then it'll all fit. And yeah. 952 suitcases later.
Right.
Every suitcase in the house is being used. But I got the vacuum seal bags and stuck those sweaters and my jacket, my big heavy jacket down, which it did save space, but I'm still overweight. So it doesn't matter if I save space because I can't put anything else in there. And but I got it all in there, and
you need to like send stuff home, like ship stuff home from Nashville. Or ship it to my house. I'll clean it for you, and then you can just pick it up.
Several people have said that, and I would have thought about that, or I already thought about that, but I would have considered that. But we just shipped just a small cowboy hat. Like, a cowboy hat's not heavy,
right?
We shipped a cowboy hat to Tim Nichols in Indiana that it was from the wedding that he never got. So we shipped it. And it was like $97.
What?
This was going to charge me $97 to ship that thing.
That's crazy.
With insurance. Without insurance, it was $80-something. So I went to FedEx. FedEx. And I shipped it for $79.
Wow, that's crazy.
$79 for one box, like this big.
That's insane.
Cowboy hat in it. And so I'm like, well, $30 for an extra suitcase, and you can put a lot more things in it, 50 pounds worth of shit. So yeah. I'm like,
exactly. Might as well just do another suitcase. That makes more sense.
So that's why I did that instead of mailing anything, because I'm like, well, I'll pay $30 more and have a second suitcase, and hopefully they have room in their car to pick me up when I get there.
Right.
He sent a picture of all of our stuff to my daughter, and I was like, I hope you can fit all this in there.
You better send an Uber X just for the package. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Oh, well, for this very last show for the end of the year and before Christmas, we have a really special guest that I haven't got to meet in person yet, that I'm glad is on the show, that I finally get to meet, even if it's just on the show. Susan Hickman is with us. Let's welcome Susan. Maybe if it'll add. There it goes. Hey, Susan.
Hello. How are you?
So good. How are you?
Good. Do I have my screen right, or it doesn't matter?
Nope, it doesn't matter. You're good.
Okay, cool.
Perfect. See, now you're in a tank top. See, we talking about climate changes. Go from there to.
I'm actually in a dress. We have Leo's Christmas party at Barge
tonight.
So, yeah. But tank top ish.
Right. I should be. I'm sitting here sweating.
Well, I was like when I left there, because I had to wear clothes because I knew it'd be cold getting here. So I put this jacket thing on, and I'm like, I had to keep taking it off but then I've got so much stuff I'm trying to carry with me. So I'm like, one more thing to carry. So I just put it on and sweat through it. And I actually tied it around my waist finally, because it couldn't keep up with everything.
Right.
It was like 80 something degrees out here today. And like, we're trying to like go around and, do responsible adult things like oil changes and tire rotations. And like, it's too hot.
Right.
Amen. It was hot on me until I got poured on, and then I was cold. I was so wet. Well, Susan, tell us, and our listeners who might not know who you are, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I am a country music artist. I live in Galveston County, a little bit south of Houston, Texas. Those of y'all who are looking, outside of Texas and all that good stuff. I play country music for a living. Been doing it for almost 23 years now, and that's pretty much all I do. it's an interesting lifestyle for sure, but Katrina knows all about that.
It is very interesting sometimes.
Yeah, it's crazy. Speaking of, what we were doing today, we were doing the tire rotation and all of that, and I hadn't gotten my tires rotated in a year.
Oops.
So I need new tires. And I'm like, oh my God, seriously, like if I could just do all the responsible things. And I try so hard. And
I know.
sometimes that
Don't feel
stuff
bad.
just
My husband is a car guy and we never rotate tires. So there.
We're bad about it too. I mean,
I was like, it's my own fault.
Yeah, they do last longer if we do rotate them, but sorry, people are texting me and I'm
Got more important things to do.
yeah.
So Susan, when did you know that music was something that was important and that you were going to do this kind of forever? Was there a moment or?
I think I mean, yeah, there definitely was a kind of a aha moment, I think. I kind of knew I was always going to do it ever since I was really little. I started playing piano when I was 5. I always sang in church and, put on little things at home and all that kind of stuff. But like, I really think where I was like, oh, I can, like, this could be actually tangible. This could be like a thing that I could actually do for a career. When Leanne Rhymes came out. And I saw her on the award show. I can't remember which one it was. It was like the CMAs or ACMs or something like that. And I saw her on that show and I was like, she was like 14 years old. She had just come out. She sang blues. She sang Unchained Melody. And I was like, I could do that. I could totally do that. It's like something that, a passion of mine that, ever since I was really little. But it was kind of the first time that I was like, okay, if she can do it, I can do it. So from there, I kind of got in the phone book and started like calling every agency that I could get my hands on. And I told my mom, hey, we're doing this. And she's like, okay. I didn't know what I was doing. I mean, I think I was 11 or 12 at the time. And I was like, I think this is how we start. She's like, okay.
Good for you to know that at that age to start pursuing that is amazing. I think not a lot of people know what their gift is or that they could use it for something as powerful as that at that age.
Yeah, I definitely didn't know what I was doing. I mean, for a long time, it was just kind of like, throwing the wet noodle on the cabinet door to see if it sticks. Yeah. We read a lot of books. We went to a lot of seminars. We talked to a lot of people. We networked. I mean, my mom's smart. Like she's like, if we're going to do this, we're not just going to go playing around, just, trying to, we're going to treat it as a business. Like we're going to do everything by the book. We're going to read, we're going to, seek legal advice and like the whole 9 yards. And so like, I definitely attribute a lot of my success and my, I guess, desire to go find out things to her because I mean, she taught me well from the beginning. So
right.
That sounds like it worked. So was there ever anything else you wanted to do or was it always music?
It was primarily music. I mean, I did want to follow in my mom's footsteps and go to cosmetology school, which I did for a little while until it really, really seriously interfered with my music schedule. So I'm a beauty school dropout, like a real one. I love to dance, and I kind of always wanted to go to Broadway and do musicals and stuff like that. But I feel like that could be easily incorporated into what I already do. So maybe one day I'll get to do a Broadway show. That'd be cool.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be cool.
We'd come watch you.
Yeah, we definitely would.
Yeah, I love all the musicals.
Me too.
Yeah.
I could watch Sound of Music like every day.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, Sound of Music. Like I like stuff. My sister and I were obsessed with the musical Cats when we were little, and we would move all the furniture out of the living room when my parents were away, and we would dress up, we would paint our faces, and we know every move to every cat.
I love that.
That's cute.
It was so much fun.
That sounds like amazing fun.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Do you have music inspirations? Is there obviously you said Leanne Rhymes inspired you to decide this was what you were going to do? Is there anyone else that is an inspiration that you draw from?
I have a ton of influences, and they're kind of all over the spectrum. Like I mean, obviously, like I'm a country girl at heart, and I listened to country music ever since I was little, and it's a huge passion of mine. But I mean, I have influences like Whitney Houston and Mariah Carey, and vocally, because like even though like I played instruments and all of that, throughout my life, I always felt like I was strongest as a vocalist. So I really I look to those like really powerhouse vocalists to try to be better at what I do. But like in the country spectrum, as far as like songwriters and stuff like that, like I love Dolly Parton, I love Merle Haggard, I love Dean Dillon, I love Sean McConnell, Adam Hood, people like that just know how to just wrap your whole attention span like around this amazing story. So yeah, I have a lot of mine are all over the place, that's for sure.
So is Jason's. He's like from one end to the other, totally different people, like different types, he's yeah.
Well, I mean, I
go around it.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like if something musical makes you feel something, then I mean, I'm all about it. I mean, I don't say, oh, I definitely don't listen to this, or I won't listen to this. I mean, I'll give something a chance, definitely. But yeah, I think that you can feel and be moved by music, and it's not genre specific. So.
Right.
I agree. What is some of the best advice that you were given by another artist?
Ooh, by another artist. Ooh, I'd have to think about that one for a minute. I think that really just building relationships. I think, you build relationships and you don't pigeonhole yourself into just like one little clique. I feel like a lot of people in our scene sometimes do that, and I think, it eliminates them from, a lot of opportunities. It's like, with that, what's that show? Like Mean Girls, like, oh no, you can't be in our club.
Right.
I'm like, yeah, you can't sit at our table. Like if you're a good person and you've got good music and you've got ambition and you have a lot of things to offer. I mean, you're going to benefit from speaking to other artists and other people in the industry that, not only are you building friendships, but those connections could really help you out a lot down the road. So I just think, don't sit in the back of the room with your little clique all the time. You can go out and make new friends.
What's some advice you would give to a new artist coming up?
I would definitely pass on that information, and I would and some advice that I have given before is you just really have to want it. You have to want it, and you have to understand that it's not the spotlight and the fancy things that the media and people try to kind of throw out there that oh, this is what it's about. It's about being famous or a celebrity and all that kind of stuff, because it's definitely not. It's hard work, and if you're willing to put in the hard work, then you're going to get out as much as you put into it. So yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, I've had so many of those conversations. I used to do a mentoring program with a lot of young singer-songwriters that are just coming up. They have no idea what they're doing, but they're talented, and they need somebody to help them channel that energy, so they can get to the right spot, growing their career and all that kind of stuff. So definitely, work harder than anybody else.
You're right. Yes,
For sure.
You can get out what you put in. So
Exactly.
It's so true.
Can't expect it to just be handed to you. It's a lot of work.
It won't be.
Well, and that's with anything. I mean, that's with any kind of industry, that's with any kind of career path. And I think people just kind of assume because you have like a little bit of talent that, oh, this is going to carry me all the way to the top. And I see talent go to the top because of hard work, and I see people that even are maybe I don't know how to put this like tactfully, but like less talented maybe, but they have like this insane work ethic and they're just driven individuals. And it's like, okay, cool. Like I'm one of those people. Like people are like, oh, you're so talented, or you've got this God-given gift. Well, that's a little bit of it. Like I worked my butt off to learn how to play instruments and to try to be better at singing and to try to, work on pitch and, all those different things. So like it is a lot of hard work. So
Definitely.
Absolutely. Like you said, even with any business, I mean, I'm also a business owner, and you have to keep pushing even when you don't want to, especially when you don't want to. That's when you need to do it the most.
Yeah.
And that's when it's the hardest.
for sure.
Let's change gears. It's almost Christmas. What's your favorite Christmas song?
Oh my gosh.
Have one?
I have a couple. I love Oh Holy Night. That is probably one of my all-time favorites. I actually recorded one of my favorite Christmas songs. It's called a Grown Up Christmas List. That just moves me. I freaking love that song. And I've actually recorded it twice. I did a Christmas album a long time ago. I think I was like 16 or 17 years old. I recorded this little album with a really good friend of mine, Brent Wilson. And he still sings. He does like a lot of Christian country kind of crossover type of stuff. And here a couple of years ago, I re-recorded it and I love it.
Katrina, do you have a favorite Christmas song?
I was trying to think of that the other day, and I don't know.
I do, but I don't know the name of it. It's like it's escaped me. Something wants me to say that it's the Little Drummer Boy, but I don't know if that's right.
Oh, probably.
It might be.
Yeah.
That one?
That one.
Yeah, that's Little Drummer Boy.
That's it. That's my favorite song. I don't know why.
I love Christmas time. I love Christmas music. I love the spirit. I decorated my my yard. I still have to actually kind of revamp my tree because my tree has been up all year long, and so all the lights are out right now. It's pretty ghetto, but I need to take everything off and then like rewrap it. Christmas lights.
Hilarious. That's a girl after my own heart. John, my husband, makes fun of me every year, and almost everybody that comes in my house is like, Brandy, you're ridiculous. Because I have like 13 different Christmas trees in different size variations all over my house.
I love that.
I love Christmas so much.
Do you decorate your tree for different holidays all year, or you just never took it down?
So that was the goal. Much like getting a tire rotation more than once a year.
Right?
But that is,
try that this year.
I do really want to do that. I think it would be very cute. Like my there's a spa that I go to, and they've had the same tree up for like the last 6 months, and they have done it for different holidays, but it's black and purple. So like it's super cute that they can just interchange. Halloween was adorable.
Right.
But they just change out the decorations. I'm like, that is so cute. Like I totally want to do that.
Yeah.
My brain is already like moving.
Yeah. Hamster was going.
Oh, so do you have like any Christmas traditions that are different or just any at all?
I do. So my family, we eat potato soup on Christmas Eve, and that stems from my mother growing up. Her dad, my grandfather, was a missionary. He was a Nazarene minister at different churches throughout the years, and they didn't have any money, and they grew their own food, and they had to be really resourceful when it came to holidays and get-togethers and stuff like that. So they did potato soup for Christmas Eve, and just about all the kids I think hated it. But the rule was you had to eat your soup before you could open presents, and they gave gifts on Christmas Eve. So if you ate all of your soup, you could open your presents. So, and that just kind of carried through tradition wise, going through the years. So we do that, and we're going to do that. We're actually going to do Christmas Eve on the 19th with my family, and then we'll go to Leo's parents' house and we'll do Christmas with them.
Nice.
Yeah.
We are doing Christmas this year in Galveston with my husband's family. It will be the first time that I have been on the beach for Christmas. I don't normally do the beach, so I'm intrigued to see how that goes.
That'll be so much fun. Did y'all get like a beach house and all that?
We got and there's a lot of his family, so we have 3 different beach houses.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so I'm hoping that I'm hoping Sunday night, actual Christmas Day, because they do Christmas Eve, and they do tamales. We're doing tamales and fajitas. So Christmas Day, we're going to do a traditional dinner, I think, with some of us, and then I think we're going to do a fire on the beach if it's cool enough. So I'm hoping for no rain.
That'll be so cute.
I'm
freezing my butt off in the snow while you're laying on the beach.
I'll be thinking of you. I would actually rather switch you.
Ugh, I moved away from the snow for a reason. I do not like it. And
I love snow for Christmas. Oh, there's nothing like it.
It's nice for Christmas, and it's nice to go visit. It makes it feel more like Christmas, I guess, when you're there in the snow.
Yeah.
And it's nice to visit, but it seems like we only visit in the wintertime. I'm like, I want to go in the summer. Like, I've never really gotten to take Jason up there to do all the things in the summer.
Yeah.
Right.
And so, but we always end up going because my kids moved back there after they graduated in New Braunfels. And so they're there and working and can't take all the time off of work. And so we just go up there. My brother still lives there. So we'll go stay with my brother too and all do Christmas together and all that. So
are y'all doing Steamboat this year?
No, we wanted to. We were going to, but then he ended up getting a New Year's Eve gig here. And since we were going, like we were going to just stay there after Christmas until Steamboat and like stay through that whole time and go. But we have to come back for Christmas or New Year's Eve to play. So we're not going to go back up there because that's right where I'm from is right by Steamboat. So we'll be there already, but it's too much back and forth. So we're not going to go this year.
Yeah. Yeah, that's tough. All the travel, the back and forth, and I feel you.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
After this whole, like being gone this whole month from now till New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
So then coming home, then going back up there. And then we're supposed to be going to Mile Zero Fest a few weeks after that. So I'm like, I don't know. I'm not sure if we're going to Mile Zero Fest now either. So
it's so much. Like I loved it whenever they did Mile Zero in April. They did that this year.
Mm-hmm.
And I went and it was nice because we, able to do Steamboat, have a couple months, kind of a
give you a break to fuel up and, get your energy back up and get your money back up. And
yeah, for sure. Yeah. But yeah, I don't think I'll do Mile Zero this year either.
I don't know how y'all do it. All the back and forth and never being home would probably drive me nuts at some point.
I don't mind it now because I stayed home and did daycare all through, like when my kids were growing up. I raised all my kids and stayed home with them until they all got into school. And then I worked at the preschool and I don't know. I did that whole thing and stayed home all the time until I moved to Texas. And so now my kids are grown and I don't have to worry about it. And I don't mind being gone all the time, but it does wear on you. But Jason's he likes to be home all the time, but we're never home. So he just has to get over that.
I like to travel. Just don't know that I would like to travel that much.
Right.
But maybe I would. I've never done it. So
if you're able to do I love traveling and I love seeing new things, but when I don't get a chance to see the things that I want to see when I'm traveling because of the schedule, that's when it's kind of like, oh man, like I'm, doing all the stuff and I can't even go.
Yeah. That makes sense.
But I also really love being at home. I have such a cozy little space and I feel like, I've finally been able to, I don't know, maybe put a little bit of roots down. I've been in the same spot for 2.5 years, which is the longest that I've been in one spot since I moved out of my parents' house. And that was a long time ago.
Right.
There's something to be said for that though, right?
Yeah, and I love it. And I love the area. I love, the people. I love my neighbors. And it's just like one of those things. It's like, oh, okay, I can do this. And it's not something to where like, I've lived in a lot of different cities and a lot of different places. And I actually had a fifth wheel that I traveled around and lived a bunch of different places on drop zones. Actually, I'm a skydiver too. So it was very convenient to be like tapped into the skydiving community to where I could go and actually stay on the drop zone. And most of them are, tons and tons and tons of acres. Like the last two that I lived on were like around 80 acres. So it's like you're in this beautiful, area, and you have space and everybody. And then I can go play music, wherever, I'm at. And I did that for like 4 years.
Nice.
It was really cool.
Nice. I love that. Okay, you ready for some rapid fire questions?
Oh, sure. Okay.
We'll go through them quick.
Okay.
If you could be any Disney character, which one would you be?
Ariel.
If your life was a story, what would the title be?
Oh my God.
I said fast, but I mean,
I mean, something along those lines, like, I don't know. Oh gosh. Yeah, probably fast or something like that.
Your favorite holiday?
Christmas.
Your favorite pizza topping?
Pepperoni.
Your favorite color?
Blue.
What chore do you despise the most?
Laundry.
Amen. McDonald's or Burger King?
Burger King.
Winter or summer?
Summer.
Hill country or the beach?
Ooh, that's a toss-up for sure.
Text or talk?
Text.
Cake or pie?
Pie.
Dogs or cats?
Dogs.
Sweet or savory?
Savory.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Acoustic or band?
I'm going to say acoustic. I love my band. Don't get me wrong.
Absolutely. Your favorite candy?
Truffles.
Now I want a truffle. Your favorite food?
Italian.
Football or baseball?
Baseball.
Chocolate or vanilla?
Chocolate.
Sunrise or sunset?
Sunset.
The weirdest thing you've ever eaten?
Maybe escargot. I don't know.
Same.
I mean, but I like it, but it is weird.
It is
People
weird.
are here eating snails. Like they're delicious.
I can't say that I've tried those yet, but I have eaten some interesting. My uncle was a taxidermist, so I've eaten some weird stuff.
Ooh.
What is your favorite guilty pleasure food?
Anything with carbs. I just love all the carbs.
Amen.
I'm trying so good. I'm trying to do the low carb thing, and it's working. It is hard, and I slip up all the time, and you just got to get back on the wagon and just keep doing the things.
That's right. You just got to keep going. Next meal, just start over.
Yeah.
I do.
New day.
What's the one meal you could eat forever?
Probably pasta.
Oh, yes.
Like seafood pasta. That is,
the ultimate for you.
Mm-hmm.
Last question. You ready?
Yep.
What's for dinner tonight?
We ate dinner already. We just got back. We ate Peruvian food.
Love it.
Yeah, and it was delicious. They had like a fresh juice, and I can't remember what it's called, but it's made from purple corn, and it tasted like glue wine. Have y'all had that before? Yeah. It was like cinnamon, nutmeg. It had like little teeny tiny little apple pieces like floating on the top. It was the most delicious drink I've ever had.
That sounds amazing.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
Where is this? I'm gonna have to travel to find it.
It's in League City.
That's not that far from me.
Yeah. Where are you? What part of town?
I'm in Conroe.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm in Dickinson.
Not too shabby.
Yeah,
Well, Susan, we want to thank you for being on the show. Thanks for taking the time.
absolutely. Thanks for having me. It was fun visiting with y'all.
So
We'll definitely have you back.
let everybody know, where can they find your music and your shows and all the things.
The schedule is on susanhickman.com. And you can get on there, see when and where I'm playing. Bands in town, of course, if you want to subscribe to the schedule, and then all the social media like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, YouTube. Just type in Susan Hickman, you'll find me pretty easily.
Go like and follow and all the things that you do on there. Everybody go and follow her and download her music and support to live music.
Definitely go do that for sure. Well, you guys, we don't know if this is we don't know if we're coming back before the end of the year. We'll let you know for sure. It's a toss-up sort of between Katrina and I. Still have some discussing to do about it. But if not, we want you to have a very Merry Christmas and a very Happy New Year, and we will see you in January to finish out the season.
Yep. Everybody have a safe holiday season, all of the holidays that are left, and we will see you soon.
Absolutely. Y'all go be kind to yourself and everyone else, and we'll see you later.